Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and today is a really exciting day. Today is a really exciting, it's not today is a really exciting today. That would be weird, and that would be really bad, improper English. But today is an exciting day because we have eggs. And no, it's not the first eggs of the year. It just happens to be the first eggs where Kurt was here and I was at the same time. We said, hell, let's film this. But man, let me tell you, if we were going to film a clutch, what a clutch to film. So this happens to be a first-year female. I have no idea what we're going to get. I just know she's on a pile. This could go horribly wrong. It could go horribly great. I'll show her to you here in a minute. And this is also a first-year male. Now it's his second clutch. His other clutch he was pairing already dropped. So I know he's good. They all look fertile. But I guess that could have been retained sperm too, because the female I've used multiple times. So we really don't know. We're going to find out. But before we show you that, we have to do a couple things. One, we got to prep an egg tub. That's what this is for. And two, it's like I got to tell you, when you see this snake and you see this parent, you're going to be like, oh shit, I want some of that. I know you will. I know you will. Because it is just, it's that kind of pairing where there's nothing that can be bad here. It's all going to be phenomenal. Usually you have odds. We said, screw you odds, and we cheated. We cheated. But if you want some of those, you better join our Patreon, because they're all going to go there first and they're all going to sell right there, except for like the one or two I might stick in my back pocket, because that might happen as well. But I'm telling y'all, you're not going to see these hit the light of day if you're not on Patreon. There's a link in the description. Check it out. You get a ton of benefits. Sign up. Join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. But in the meantime, let me show you how we set this up. So this is a smaller tub. We found with smaller clutches, these smaller tubs work great. We can go to a bigger one if we need to, but being that she's a first-year female and a young female, I think a smaller tub will do just fine. One, I already washed this and cleaned it, and I also cleaned the rack. The trick to that is use a disinfecting soap. All I'm using for a scoop is a FB70 water cup. It works great. I will tell you, this shit is really a lot of dust, so do be careful with that. The next thing is water, okay? You want to keep your eggs at about 90% humidity or 99% humidity. Basically, you want them as humid as possible without them being wet. So you take a hose and you add water. When you think you've added enough, add some water. There we go. So I'll tell you what I look for. See how you can see the water floating in there? Like it's there? That's good. That's what I want. I want that much water. But I don't want these eggs to sink in and touch water. So I press with my hand. See how my hand holds firm? There's a name for that, some kind of like Newtonian fluid or some shit. I can't remember what the name of it is scientifically, but you're kind of looking for that. It's not really what this is, but the same kind of principle where you're not able to press down when you compact it, but if I just stuck a finger, look how wet that is. You want when your finger goes in, it needs to be wet. Listen to me. When your finger goes in, you want it to be wet. Same principle applies here. Not your whole hand. Nobody wants your whole hand in there, but a finger should go in and it should be wet. All right, now that we're done with that, we use this. This is a simple light diffuser panel you can buy at Home Depot, Menards, wherever. If one of them sponsors me, then I will only say your name, Home Depot, Menards, Lowe's, Walmart, Target. One of you guys sponsor me, I'll only use your name because I'm a money whore. But not really. If I was a money whore, I'd live in a bigger house. But what we do is we put this in there. So what this does, and we have two pieces, this is zip tied together. This is where the eggs are going to set, keeping them off of that. And see how I can push weight on here and not get down into the wet? That's what you're wanting. So we'll set that aside. Set that lid aside. All right, you guys ready to see the female on eggs? Whew. Let me pull that out the way. Here goes nothing. It's also a good video for Matt to get bit on because, well, taking a female off eggs. Now, that's her first clutch, and she had a huge ovulation. And I'll tell you, for the size of snake this is, that is quite the pile. Now, she's a cranky snake anyway. So we just got to kind of talk her into getting off those eggs. Now, I see one already that looks like it might be a slug. Maybe. You gonna come off? Oh, don't do that. Here. Come on. Come on. Usually if you just work them a little bit, they'll kind of come off on their own. So I'm trying not to upset her too much. We'll spin her around to look at Kurt. Well, that didn't work. You are a crankopotamus. Yeah. You got to get off those, girl. Come on. Come on. You're a good mama. I'll say that. We're almost there, huh? And just take your time, because you're not trying to upset her too much or the eggs or your hand. But if you do get tagged, guys, it's not the end of the world. My biggest fear in getting tagged is me like making a quick movement and then upsetting the egg pile. Come on, go run. Go run. Oh, she's thinking about it. Oh, you little non-nurturing pain in my arse. Oh, there we go. Got the pile out. So it may not be a slug, it may just be a boob, which she does look nice and empty. So I like to take these snakes and I just throw them in an empty tub. I usually keep a shift tub, as I call it, laying around, just where I can put her, forget about her for a minute. The next thing we're going to do is get a quick count. I like to keep these the way I find them. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a boob. 1, 2, and a boob. So that is really good. Now this boob egg is like pretty bad. So I don't have a lot of hope for this one to make it, because all this part will be bad. We'll see if that part's got veins, and see, it doesn't really show any veins. So what we have here is this is likely a slug. See, no red veins. But here, bam, 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 and bam, and last but not least, bam. Now I have a saying, when in doubt, incubate it out. I am not in doubt on that one. That one's garbage. So we probably will get rid of it, or at least try to. For us this year, this is clutch number 8. The next step is I like to write on the clutch. And you're saying, well, why do you do that? It tells me, 1, what clutch number this is, and 2, what direction is up on the egg. Some people will say you don't need to keep the eggs facing up. I don't know. I came up in the old school where you needed to, so I still do. I figure it can't hurt nothing. So try to keep them faced the same way they laid. And typically if you found them pretty quick, and we found these in the last 24 hours, because I know I was here yesterday, the eggs weren't there, and then bam, there they are, then you're not going to have that issue.
So you're going to tell them what the pairing was?
Oh, I guess I should tell you what the pairing was. That what you just saw was a pastel freeway. And that pastel freeway was paired to an enchi ivory. Now why that's exciting, we'll set that aside. I will recheck that one, but not having a lot of hope. Something else is we will need to probably separate a few of these. So with the enchi ivory pairing, oh yeah, at least, let's see how many we need to separate. Probably just, probably the top row. So with the enchi ivory pairing, what we've done, and why I said we're cheating the odds, ivory being super yellow belly, paired to a freeway, that freeway is going to be, I want to say it's either gravel or asphalt. My brain's saying gravel, but I'll have to double check. Yellow belly. So that is an allelic combo. So that pastel freeway will pass on one of those two every time. The ivory is a super yellow belly. So it's going to pass on yellow belly every time. So what we're going to end up with is nothing but ivories and freeways. Period. Case closed. Nothing else can happen. Ivories and freeways, along with pastel and pastel enchi mixed in there. So we can do some Mardi Gras, some pastel Mardi Gras, some pastel freeways, some yellow, all kinds of really cool shit. So that's why I'm saying this is a can't miss clutch. When the worst thing you can hit is an ivory, you're doing good. Now, when you have to separate eggs, do it gentle. Take your time, because they are stuck. I have torn them before. There's fixes when you do tear them, but they're not 100%. So I've ruined perfectly good eggs by having to separate. So just take your time. Nobody's going to be perfect at it. And these are coming apart pretty good. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to leave these 3 together, if at all possible. Sometimes that doesn't work. These are coming apart really nice. See, that one came apart all the way. So I'll set it that way. We're still face up. And the reason for wanting to leave them together is just it helps them to stay in a spot. This is probably the most stuck together set right here. Ooh, doggies, come on. Come on, there they are. So those three will stay just how they were laid, nice and neat. So will these two. What we'll do is I'll stick this one kind of in between it, and that's how we're going to make that pair. Now, because we do have a little bit of looseness in there, we will use some bracing in our clutch, which I just use Q-tips for. You'll want to take these out when the eggs hatch. When the eggs hatch, you'll want to take these out too. Water will no longer matter at that point. So I'm talking when the eggs are opened, and that way the babies don't get stuck in there, which I think I did actually have happen once, and it cost me a baby, so learned. You know, that's one of the things with this hobby. You have to learn as you go sometimes. But you're lucky, you're watching me, and you can learn from my dumbass mistakes, and then you don't have to make them. Congratulations. I actually called my older brother one time, and I thanked him for the exact same thing. I said, you know, I watched all the dumb shit you did, and I didn't do it. Awesome, I owe you dinner. So you get to do that with me. So what I've done for bracing is just a little bit here, so these can't backslide, these can't backslide. This one's stuck there, because they may change a little bit of size as they go. So the next step is, we're going to put the, oh, I said I would check this one again too, didn't I? And I didn't do it. If I see any sign, now that it's separated, of vein, we will, and I don't. I mean, you see how that lights up like a light bulb, like a globe? No matter where I put it, there's no orange, no nothing. So what happened was, this is just a really small malformed egg and it never got fertilized by sperm. So we're going to just throw that in the backyard. Something will enjoy it. Waste not, want not. Then we're going to put this in the incubator. And I'll be right back to show you, well, do you want to see how we do the incubator? Maybe we should show you that. We did kind of change it. So come with me if you can. Sometimes you make mistakes that you then find benefit. You'll be a little dark in here, I do apologize. And a little bit noisy. But if you look, and you know us, we used to always write on the incubator what we were pairing. It's smart, it works really well. Here it all is. That's all last year's. It didn't want to come off very easy. I'm gonna have to probably repaint it or get some special chalkboard remover. And that made us put this blackboard up. But here's the thing. I have found that I really like alternating from year to year. I'll probably always do 1 year here, 1 year there. The reason is, by doing that, it lets me, you'll notice we start with number 2, that's because last clutch we logged my long story. It lets me kind of see where am I at this year from where I was last year. Where is my females at? Are they doing the same process or about the same time? Am I ahead of schedule, on schedule, behind schedule? So it gives me some more information that I normally wouldn't have. And today is, well, we film, Live and Breathe, the 14th. So you can see June has been very good to us. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, this is clutch 5 halfway through June. It will be a pastel, freeway, times, enchi, ivory. We got 6 and 1 slug. 1 slug. So 7 total, 6 good, 1 slug. If you're keeping score for the year, that is only our 2nd slug all year, but we are oddly averaging 6 eggs. When it comes to ball pies, we're going to throw the carpet clutch out for averages because it's, you know. But you had 6 in a slug, 6, 5, 7, 6, 6 in a slug. There's a damn theme. But that's okay because you also had not a first year, not a first year, first year, not a first year, but she did 7 almost every year, first year and first year. So a lot of younger females going. So getting 6 out of a new female I'm really, really good with. Let's go back in here and I'll show you how we prep this tub. So whenever you pull eggs, one thing that's very important is you're going to want to get that female back on food, right? That's going to be like the most important thing. So what we do to do that is we do an entire tub change. I don't care if you just change this, change it again, change it again. This one's actually not too old a litter. I mean, it's pretty clean. We're going to throw it all away anyway. I won't make you watch me do dishes because that's no fun. But we're going to scrub this down, get rid of everything in there, get rid of all the smells. Do the same with the water dish, give it a scrub down with some disinfectant. The point of it is you don't want them having any smells, odors, or anything that tells them there's eggs there. You want them to get over you stealing their eggs as soon as possible so you can get them back on food as soon as possible. That's not to be mean. The simple fact is, the quicker they're back on food, the quicker they're going to recover from having the eggs, the more likely they are that you're going to be able to breed them the next year. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes they take a year off. Sometimes you have to force them a year off. But getting this all cleaned out and ready to go will help. So I'll be right back. We're going to make a small cut and do that. And we're back, freshly cleaned. So again, the point of this is that you want, I had a bag, there it is. You want all the smell gone. So we're actually using a dish soap. People use a lot of different solutions and people use a bleach solution. Let me tell you something. I wash my dishes in dish soap and then I eat it. Meaning if I ingest a little, it's not going to kill me. It also disinfects it to keep me from getting sick. So I use a really nice spray-on Dawn dish soap, a soak and a rinse that I still scrub anyway. And I have really good luck with that. It does a great job. Like, honestly, you don't have to go super crazy. I mean, it's probably actually would be cheaper for me to use like the F10 solutions, but the dish soap, nice and simple, a product we all have in our homes and know how to use. And you let your children, if you have any, I don't, Kurt does, eat off of it. You let your fucking children eat off of it. That means you should be able to let your snake crawl in it. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It does not irritate them. I mean, it's great. So the next thing is water, right? We may need a little bit more litter. Yeah, give them a handful right there. Of course, we're using Reptile Prime. I'm going to show you guys something with this I haven't really shown on camera very well before. People have watched us do this. Oh my God, you added so much water. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to show you something. Okay. I got this hose almost on full go, right? A lot of water coming out. A lot of water. And I know there's somebody out there going, oh my God, stop, man. Okay. Here's why we put that much water. It looks like we completely soaked it, but this stuff holds water really well. So when you start to fold it, look at that. So whenever you use a good coconut litter, what my advice to you, I actually hit it first time, is you're going to want to stir that up after you add the water. Because you're going to want, not that water sitting on top, get the dry and the bottom mixed in if you can. I'll make it nice and fluffy, be more comfortable. All right, I don't really give a shit about that. But then you can see the consistency is perfect. I can't get any water out of that. It clumps pretty nice. This is what you want, guys, right there. So you can see it wasn't too much water. It was actually right on target the first time. Truth be told, I usually do it the first time and find I'm still a little dry and have to add more. Next thing is a water cup. You'll notice some like litter in the bottom of that cup. It's going to happen when you mix it around. I don't care. Okay, it will make your water dish sometimes look like there's crap in it. There's not. It's in the bottom of that. So don't worry about it. It ain't going to hurt nothing. I mean, we're not winning points for pretty. We're winning points for breeding snakes, right? If I wanted points for pretty, I would show you my rhino viper cage because it's pretty. The snake's pretty and it's eating on its own. So there we go. That is all done and done. Only thing left to do is put the snake back. Now she will probably be a feisty bitch. Let's get her out. I'd like to get the tub started. Go get the snake. If I'm going to bleed, ladies and gentlemen, this will be where it is. You can look at her. You can really see she is completely empty now. Oh, you're doing okay. Whoa, focus over here. Yeah. As you can see, she is completely empty. I'll see if Kurt can't see it on the inside how concave she is. That is normal when they breed. You'll end up looking like that. Come on, get in there. And so she should crawl in there all on her own. So looking that skinny, perfectly normal. She will bounce back, especially if she goes back on food. We'll close her right up, and that is a wrap. Kurt, any questions? No. All right, so let's review really quick. Then we got to be a long video. That is pastel freeway 2 enchi ivory, and they will hit Patreon first when they hatch, and you're not going to see them unless you're a member. It's the shit. It is what it is. I'm sorry. You can hate me if you want. I honestly don't care. Come join us. We have an awesome, awesome group, not just to buy my stuff, to buy everybody else's, and to join the Patreon community, which is where the real value truly is. Anything else you want to add, Kurt? All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. We'll catch you next time.